2013 Chevy Malibu into a hybrid.
Yep.
And but from what I understand, you're not supposed to lose any of the comfort or
Yeah,
leg room or all that stuff, right?
Yeah, by the end of the competition, it should feel like the Malibu was. It should have all the features and the amenities as much as possible. It should still have some trunk space. It still should have some creature comforts. And we start to actually lose points from the competition if we don't meet some of those. So if we get rid of the air conditioning, that's kind of a problem.
That's a big point loss, isn't it?
We lose some of the trunk space. So these are a lot of things we take into our design when we're working out this vehicle.
Can you talk about your design?
There's certain things we're allowed to talk about right now.
Well, tell us about what you've done, what you can talk about.
Yeah, so far we have chosen to do what's known as a parallel through the road hybrid.
I'm sorry, you'll have to explain that.
Yeah,
okay.
That's perfectly fine. Parallel through the road basically in our particular design means that the gas engine up front will be there in the stock car, and we're keeping that. However, we're going to put an electric drive system in the rear. So there'll be electric motor and batteries and charger in the rear of the car. And this allows us to run either of them separately or both together. It gives us a little bit of flexibility. So it's a gas car, it's an electric car, it's both, and it really allows us to kind of play around with that.
You're going to keep the same engine that it had?
We're swapping that out a little bit. We're putting in a flex fuel edition. It's same size
What's a flex
engine. It's GM's vehicle that's allowed to run on E85 ethanol or gasoline. That's why I call it the flex fuel.
Okay.
So basically we're going to be running this on E85 ethanol, which is a lot cleaner than regular gasoline.
It's going to have the same torque and horsepower and all that?
More or less. It'll be
more or
very
less.
close. Yeah.
What do you, just a little less?
Just a little less.
Okay.
But we will have the electric motor in the rear, which we're hoping to drive the vehicle with most of the time for like your city driving and that sort, so that you don't have to constantly worry about fuel.
So I'm going to have an electric motor in the back that that's going to kick in when I'm just driving to the market or wherever, right?
Yep.
And then when I go on the freeway, you're going to...
We're hopefully going to kick in the gas motor along with the electric motor to get you up to speed. And then funny thing about a lot of the highway driving is you tend to cruise. Well, while cruising, you don't need a lot of power, so we'll hopefully be able to maintain the electric motor as much as possible during that until you've drained the batteries, and then you'll just be on gas.
How much battery time or how many battery miles, or is it time? How does that go?
We're still actually calculating a lot of that out. We've done some changes here and there. We're shooting for 40 miles, but we're not sure if we're there yet.
40 miles?
40 miles on electric is the hope.
Okay, and then do I have to plug it in?
Yes.
Do I have to plug it into like a 220 volts or 110, or how does that work?
We're using the standard plug. A lot of people are probably familiar now with the Chevy Volt. We're using the same style of plug, which is a standard now across a lot of charging stations, which should be able to use your house 110 or any of the charging stations that you'll see around.
So when I go home, I can just plug it in at my garage?
There's a little adapter that you would have to get with it, but yeah, you could plug it into your garage.
That's pretty cool. And what do you project the cost of this car will be comparable to other hybrids, or? That's
kind of the hope, is we would make it would be comparable to a lot of the other hybrids that are out there. We're not able to put a dollar sign to it right now. We're definitely in the design phase.
So it's you're not reinventing the wheel by making a car that runs both on gas and electricity, are you?
No. The point of this competition really is to help our engineering students really learn how to be automotive engineers, to get a hands-on experience doing what real automotive engineers do, using the same software, the same hardware, the same techniques, the same processes. And it's kind of like training them before they even get out into the market, before they even get out into industry. So by the time they actually do go looking for a job, they already know what they're doing.
So are you breaking any new ground with any kind of design of your car?
I wouldn't say that we're breaking any new ground particularly with this, but we are definitely running a parallel through the road, which I haven't really seen any current hybrids on the market that are that style. So that's a little different. It's a big four-door car, which most hybrids you'll see aren't that big. A lot of companies have been starting to produce a lot more larger hybrids, but that is definitely, I guess, somewhere that we're kind of venturing a little more into with this.
Don't they have some SUV hybrids?
They do have some SUV hybrids, yeah. And they've had some truck hybrids. But see, the interesting thing about hybrids is there's different styles of hybrids out there, and different models and that sort. And so this one we're hoping to allow you to use the gas or the electric motor as much as possible, but still maintain all the creature comforts with that large car.
So 40 miles on the electric motor.
That's the hope.
And the gas tank is the same size?
No, the gas tank has to be smaller. This is to kind of make you really try and push to get more out of your hybrid system. And we have to stay under 10 gallons, and that's what we're working right now, is the design of our fuel system and our fuel tank to be under 10 gallons.
And a typical car has, what, a 20-gallon tank now?
15 to 20 is pretty common in a lot of those full-size four-door cars.
So I won't be able to really go as far as I would on...
If you just run the gas system alone, yes. But remember, we are adding an electric system with that as well. So the hope is that you won't lose much range as long as your batteries are topped off as well.
How about the interior of the car? What do you...
Oh, our hope is to not mess much with the interior, other than the fact that we are planning on putting in a new console. Where the driver usually has the radio and the air conditioning controls and all that, we're planning on putting in a touchscreen display that allows the user to use that to control the radio, the air conditioning, the hybrid drive system, to see what's going on. And that's something that we're working on right now and developing.
That's pretty exciting. So it'll be right, what, in the middle of the...
In the middle, yeah, right between the driver and the passenger. You'll see a nice large LCD display unit that is touchscreen.
So, okay, so now you're going to be up for evaluation in June?
May is our competition.
And is there going to be an event?
There's going to be several presentations from all our different departments. Our electrical department, our controls, mechanical engineering, business and outreach. And then we have a trade show that we have to do where all the teams will be on display. And they're going to try and bring in some kids to come see our displays and to kind of ask questions. And they're also going to be judging us on that as well. And
where will this be held at?
It's actually being held here in Hollywood this year.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, we were very excited about that when we heard that it was out here.
So you're going to have to let us know so we can all attend, or
oh.
Is it open to the public?
That's what we're trying to figure out right now, what sections would be open to the public. But
okay, so you've been working on this since May, I guess, right?
We found out about this
in April, but we were not working because we didn't have a team. So it was the end of the quarter, so we went through the summer trying to build the core of the team of several people who were going on the initial training. It's not only just a competition, we are giving you a car and do it your own. No, it's actually a very well designed competition where organizers, for example, already had 3 workshops. So they brought in about 10 people from each team for fall workshop, which was the beginning of September. Then there was a follow-up in October, and the last one was in February. So in each time the team goes, there is a very extensive, rigorous training for several days of the team members on the software, on the vehicle design, on electrical components, on the control components. So it's a very vigorous training for which students are going.
So have you been to the workshops, Chris?
Yeah.
And they're held?
The last one was held in Austin, Texas, February 1st through the 5th. That was actually kind of a fun workshop to go to, but a lot of training, and we had to give a couple presentations, demonstration of our control system. So it was a lot of training and a lot of sweating out the presentations.
Okay, so that
and we were
fun,
happy with our business and marketing team, which came forward really well.
Did you guys produce well?
We did. Actually, one of our strategies was to definitely get the guidance of the engineer teams of what they needed. As a business student, what's unique about the competition is that, like real world scenarios, we're supporting the engineers in accomplishing their task. And so we went in there with that plan of having fluid communication and making sure that we understood what the project is, and it's all as much technicality as we can, as business students as we can handle.
Right.
But yeah, it was a really good event for us, and it kind of put Cal State LA in a good light within the competition, and we just hope to build on that.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really super. Yeah. So your next one is?
Well, it's actually the competition in May. That's the next thing that we go out for.
And you guys have a good plan for that?
Well, it's in the building stages, and everything. It's we have to plan, and I've come to realize that we have to have everything